All right. Well, we've got Trevy here on the Move Happy podcast. Super excited and honored to have you on the show. Thank you so much.
I am so happy to be here, Erin. Thank you so much. This is going to be a great journey we're about to go on.
Yes, I'm super excited. Well, for those that don't know who you are, why don't you tell us a quick background,
Mhm.
where you came from, and how you got to that journey to where you are today?
Yes, so I actually run 3 businesses right now. So I'm a full-time entrepreneur, and it's definitely been a journey. I have a video production company.
Awesome.
I also have a branding agency, and also have partnered with a few people to start a full-scale marketing agency. So definitely pretty busy, and it's kind of transformed from something that I never thought was going to happen.
Awesome. Wow. 3 businesses. You go, girl. Love it. Love it. Love it. So, part of the Move Happy community is really the pillar of it is about building strong communities, and you being so busy with those 3 businesses, I'm sure you've been able to connect with communities. What are some tips and strategies for people that want to maybe get into a community that's in the tech sphere with videoing or marketing, branding, or be a part of your community? What are some tips and strategies?
Yeah, I mean, having a community, especially if you're an entrepreneur or really in any market, if you're trying to grow and network, having a solid community is going to be really important. And for me, I kind of think of my community in a couple of different segments. So first, I always like to have what I call my business besties. So like those are the people that I know when I'm stressed out and I'm dealing with something specific to my journey, that I know there's somebody else that's going through the same thing and can
Mm-hmm.
understand and relate to my complaints. Like, it's a different conversation when I call someone who isn't into my space or doesn't really understand everything that goes into becoming a successful entrepreneur. And I call and I'm like, I'm so tired. I can't do it. Like, this is difficult. The reaction is different. And like the somebody who's gone through it and knows those ups and downs will really know what to say, right? And they can really relate and be like, okay, look, this is what we're gonna do. What's going on? Let's problem solve. It's a whole nother feeling. And so I definitely recommend making sure you have business besties, people that
Love
are
that.
in your sphere, that are like on your level and can help you with the real life situations. But then also, it's really important that we surround ourselves with the right people to grow. So if everyone around you is in the same position as you, at the same level as you, your ceiling is kind of right where you're at. So you also want to
Mhm.
make sure that you're proactive in reaching out and talking to people who are at the levels that you want to be. And just, I mean, what works really well for me, I just reach out and see what kind of value I can offer them. How can I help support you? I have all these talents. There's stuff I can do for these people, and in return, they're more than happy to like talk with you, to strategize, to go over things, give you tips on how you can get better or get to their level. And so, a good combination of those I found is really important. Those business besties, and then the future business besties. When you get to their level, you're going to be in the circle. So.
Yes, love that. Great tips. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then another pillar of Move Happy is about having a positive mindset. And I mean, I can't even imagine doing 3 businesses. I'm doing one on the side of a full-time job, and I'm like, it's fun, but it's also, it can be draining and whatnot. And we live in a negative world. So what are some tips and strategies for other business owners or other, people that are interested in starting a business on keeping a positive mindset?
Yeah, that's a really, really, really good question, because whenever I work one-on-one with entrepreneurs to kind of help them get started in their businesses, and the question is never, can I help them? I know I can help them. The
Mm-hmm.
question is, do they believe in themselves enough to let me help them?
Mm.
And so whenever I get breakthrough to somebody and they're like, yes, I'm going to invest in my business, in this program, in this workshop, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
for me, they're not investing in me. It's exciting because I know that they've decided they're investing in their future. They know they can do it. And so the way to keep a positive mindset, and it's really kind of brought me through this far, is to expect to fail.
Mm-hmm.
We always hear that crazy stat that like 90% of businesses fail. And in my opinion, I never really understood that, because of course you're going to fail. Like, you're going to try a whole lot of things that are not going to work. I
Yeah.
probably started 7 to 8 businesses in my lifetime. I have 3 right now, like, that are going. And if I would have stopped at the first 5, then I would have failed. But for me, I understood that failing was a part of the process. And that if I didn't learn the things that don't work, I would have never been able to figure out exactly what will work for me.
Yeah.
And so understanding that you're going to fail, and understanding that that it's expected. And if you're not failing, it's a miracle, and that eventually you're going to fail. You can fail and win. And then while you're winning, you're still going to experience those failures. And you have to have that resilience and that understanding that, oh, okay, it's just a stepping stone. And I even sometimes go as far as to say, sometimes when you're building your business and you think you're going in the right direction and you're building this momentum, and then you keep hitting roadblocks and you keep hitting roadblocks, and you seem like it's a failure, and it's not. It's sometimes just the universe or God or whoever it is that you believe in shifting you back into the right path that you're supposed to be, because you're probably not in the right place. So it's a way of shifting you and moving you back into alignment with your purpose and what you're here for. And so just to accept that failure is good. Failure is part of the process. Don't let it stop you.
Love that. Thank you. And it's a hard tip, but it is true. And it's a good reminder too. Another pillar of Move Happy is about fitness on a budget. I originally created it for patients in a psych hospital, and there was $100 for us to split between 15 staff. And then if the patients left the hospital, they had about $50 a month of discretionary income. So they were not going to be buying a gym membership. And I wanted them to have some practical tips on things that would be good for them, because I knew it's going to help their mindset. Business owners, entrepreneurs, they need to have exercise, fitness. I know you know this, to help with their mindset, to give them creative space, to keep them moving every day.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite exercises or sports or physical activities that you enjoy doing that don't cost a lot of money?
Yes. And you are so right about this fitness. So one thing that people don't realize a lot of when they're planning to quit their jobs is the just level of activity is going to dramatically change if you go from working in an office to working from home, sitting on your couch 24 hours a day. And it's a hard lesson, and it's a slow lesson, because it takes like a couple years for you to look in the mirror and be like, oh crap, I've gained so much weight over the last couple of years. And it has a major effect on your self-esteem, on your motivation, your ability to get up and get in front of the camera and do all these things. So that's definitely near and dear for me. I'm a great advocate of getting out and being active. And some of the things that work really well for me, I love to dance. So I'm like, I've never said this like on anything live or on camera before. So yeah, I love those dance games like on Xbox or PlayStation, the ones that have the little cameras, and you're just dancing. It's fun, and it's an amazing workout. Like, I kid you not, when I used to come home. This is when I was still working my 9 to 5. I'd come home, work on my business a few hours, and then dance a few hours every single night. I was in the best shape I had ever been in my life, just from dancing. And it's probably one of my favorite things to do. And so it's definitely been amazing, along with like a really balanced diet, really good diet for me, because I'm really busy. I don't get as much exercise as I want, but I'm super diligent about what I eat and when I eat. And I've really found a couple of different eating styles and programs and habits that have just worked really well for me. And tracking that, really, I track it probably like several times a month, at least once a week, to make sure that I'm on track and like, hey, I'm going in the right direction. It makes a huge difference.
Love that. Yes. What we measure gets improved, right? Love that. Great tips. Great tips. And what are you currently working on? I know you have 3 businesses. Maybe you can share one of your main focuses that we can support you with if someone wants to work with you directly or follow you on social media, things like that.
Yes. So I'm going to talk to you guys about My Story, My Brand. That is my branding agency. And I work with entrepreneurs to help them figure out how to get branded and enhance their online presence so you can make more money and
awesome.
So if you are interested, I have all kinds of amazing tips, tools, and resources. Please check me out on Instagram at My Story, My Brand, exactly like it sounds.
Awesome. Love it. Thank you so much. Everybody needs to follow her, sign up for her services if you're needing branding support. Awesome. Awesome. And then lastly, for fun, if you could be any superhero, who would you be and why?
Ooh, that's a good one. Um, okay, I don't know if she's necessarily a superhero, but I think she kind of is. So I would say Nakia from Black Panther, and
Okay.
I just love her because she was all about being able to take what resources she had and giving it to everyone else so that we can all win. And I feel like if that's my passion. That's what I want to do. I love her.
Awesome. Awesome. That is an awesome answer. That's probably my best answer so far. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being a part of the show here.
Thank you, Erin.